Good evening, viewers. Good evening, ObiDient. My name is Jamila M. Omar, and I will be your correspondent this evening for Njenje Media TV. We're back again with our favorite community lawyer, Barrister Benchuk's Musu, the only lawyer who takes his time after a very busy day to break things down for obedience in a way that only he does, for the layman to truly understand what transpired in court. Follow us as we proceed in this very brief but interesting interview. Daddy, good evening.
Good evening.
It's always a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you for having me.
So Daddy, as usual, please help the obedience understand the very wonderful job that the LP lawyers did in court today with the three witnesses that we saw today, PW8, PW9, and PW11. Please take us through the process, one after the other.
Yeah, thank you very much. The PW8, as you mentioned, was the cybersecurity expert whose witness statement was admitted in evidence yesterday, and today he was due for cross-examination. Permit me to be happy because the gentleman's evidence was unimpeachable. It was such that none of the senior counsel for INEC and for Tinubu and for APC, despite very serious skills in their cross-examination. By the way, some of their lawyers are the best in the country, but they were not able to impugn the Labour Party witness, PW8, who has a doctorate in cybersecurity. Indeed, he was able to practically lecture the court and lecture the lawyers as to what glitches are, what cybersecurity means, and so many of the questions that were asked. He answered them in such a way that nobody was left in doubt that he's truly an expert. Just like the Amazon Web Services witness before him, who were so impressed. I am personally very elated about the outcome of it, because the essence of cross-examination is to impugn the integrity of the witness, or to make the witness appear not to be too sure of what he or she is saying. But try as they may, this man was as solid as the Rock of Gibraltar. And I am convinced, beyond reasonable doubt, that his evidence will be very worthy as we go on to the final stretch of this case. He also mentioned the PW11.
PW9.
PW9 was who? NIDA? Okay, NITDA. That yes, that was PW11.
Okay, finish up.
So PW11 was also a lawyer. Let me leave it that way. A contract with INEC about the cybersecurity, cyber IREV results, and all that. His evidence was that on election day, as far as all the documentations were concerned, that everything went well, except for the presidential results that could not be uploaded. And when they tried to ask him whether his boss was aware that he was coming to give evidence, then he gave his evidence in his official capacity as the managing director of the NITDA, and in any event that his boss was aware that he was in court and gave his consent for him to come and give evidence. What happened was that most of the lawyers of the first, second, and third respondents actually found the contents of these witnesses that we are calling now too technical to even make intelligent questions out of them. So they are evidence relating to cyber technology and cyber science, which many people are not very competent and familiar with. So what they did was to leave. What they did was to leave those technical things that they don't understand and started asking questions slightly outside. The person that tried to make sense of the cross-examination was actually AB Mahmoud SAN of INEC, who tried to corner the witness on CloudTrail, and at the end, he found that the witness was conversant with CloudTrails, and we're trying to talk about crashes of cyber sites and all that. The import was that on that election day, on that 25th February, no such thing occurred. And we moved into where I believe obedience have been worried, and that is whether all the documents that have gone in, which constitute at least 3 or 4 Hilux loads of evidence that we put in, whether they were going to be said that they were dumped because that no witnesses were called to tender them. We took them by surprise today. And all from EC8As, B, C, D, E, were all tendered today through our own amiable and very, very brilliant Dr. Tanko.
Eloquent.
Very Dr. Tanko. So Dr. Yunusa Tanko was very brilliant, and his political dexterity showed in the way he tendered those documents. Like I said, from EC8A, B, C, D, to E in all the states. That was why all those containers were all brought to court. So he identified them because they had already been tendered. So he had identified them and confirmed that they were the results as we got them from INEC. The letters that we have been complaining about that we're writing to INEC chairman without response, that is to say, requesting the CTC of some documents that they were refusing to give us, were also tendered to court today. And the court saw that those letters were truly written, and they were about 6 letters at different dates were written. The most important letter was the one that went viral by Festus Okole, where he said that election results will be transmitted on time, at real time, and that the IREV and the BVAS can be accessed by any Nigerian who has the link to be able to follow the results as they are uploaded from the polling unit level. That letter that there was, where he also denied that there was no time, they said they will not transmit results in real time, they were also tendered today in court. So as it were, we have covered the field. Our witnesses, as far as I'm concerned, were quality witnesses, some of the best in terms of the technical areas in which they were called to explain to the ordinary Nigerians, and most importantly, to obedience. And I don't normally smile too much when I'm talking, but I am so happy. I am very, very happy and proud of our legal team and the witnesses that we called. Some of those experts came in from abroad, as you know, mainly from the United States of America. We are able to give the kind of evidence that mesmerized the courts, mesmerized the respondents and their lawyers. So I'm very, very happy. We are going to conclude, subject to what the court says, if not tomorrow. Maybe if they extend, if they give us an extension of 2 days, like they gave PDP today, then we might be ending up on Monday. And when we end up, the next step will be for INEC to commence their defense of the hist that they committed in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, denying the populace the choice of their leaders. They will let us know what their defense is. And we have lined up some of the best lawyers in cross-examination, waiting for any of their witnesses and their documents to come in. And when they finish, it will be the turn of Tinubu Shetima and their team of lawyers to open their defense, to tell us how they metamorphosed from 6 states to winning the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the presidential election. Everybody will hear it, and our team of lawyers will also take them up on cross-examination. When they close, it will be the turn of APC. And when all of us finish, it will be the time to submit final written addresses and then present them to court, adopt those as the final written addresses and arguments concerning the presidential election petition 2023, at the end of which the judges will retire and go and do a lot of work and come up with what we hope to be a thunderbolt of a judgment that will satisfy a majority of Nigerians. That's my belief. We have worked for it. We've not been sleeping. We have worked so hard, and we believe that they will have the courage to do the needful. Obedience, calm down, calm down, calm down. The day of joy wake up. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Absolutely, sir. You always put a smile on the faces of our obedience. Sir, just before you go, would it be fair to say that this time around, INEC chose to fight in a field that they are not very conversant?
I think it was like the fight between a heavyweight boxer and a welterweight. The outcome of the result will be obvious. They thought it was going to be business as usual. Do what you like, tender it in court, and they are deemed to be correct, and the court will be difficult. Will find it difficult to query the authenticity and admissibility of the document they have queried. Where you have 18,088 blood documents amounting results that are supposed to be EC8As, amounting to 2.4 million votes. I don't know how they will get across that one. It will be quite difficult for anybody to say that that will not be a weighty argument. And you saw that today they were identified, and they were, because they were already in evidence.
Absolutely.
Dr. Danko came in today and identified them.
Absolutely.
And adopted them, yes.
Absolutely.
So let us hope for the best. And in the end, this is an election petition like no other. And this is one election petition done in the era of cyber intelligence, political awareness, of especially the youth, the
Social
number of
enlightenment.
people that are interested in this election and the outcome of it and what is going on in court is unprecedented in the history of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the judges, from time to time, they say they are mindful of the importance of this case to Nigerians. And all they are asking each time we start is for all the sides to do their cases as gentlemanly as possible so that they will also do their own job. They have a job in their hands, and I trust the judiciary. I trust this team of judges that they look to me that they have the courage to do the needful as it is, beyond doubt. So that even if an ordinary person reads whatever the final judgment will be, there will be sense in it. And I wish and I pray that it will be in our favor.
Which leads me once again to you are a seasoned lawyer, a seasoned politician, and you have seen a whole lot in this climb. Tell us, what should ObiDient expect when it comes to cross-examination, when our own lawyers begin to play the offensive against the INEC and the other respondents? Who is the favorite we should look out for, especially when it comes to cross-examination? Because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, that at some point you might have crossed somebody's path in Oka. So, what do you have in
I
store?
don't think that some of the heavyweights we have, because we are going to have what you call in boxing the rumble in the jungle.
Absolutely.
The battle between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman.
Yes.
At the 8th round, Muhammad Ali, who was not expected to win, knocked out George Foreman and became the new heavyweight champion of the world. I think that that kind of scenario will repeat itself very soon. We'll keep our gunpowder dry by not mentioning some of our queens and the jacks and the and the jokers that we have.
I know.
We need to see the kind of opposition, the kind of witnesses that they will bring.
No,
and the teams will be there. As soon as they bring anyone, we'll give them an equal and opposite knockout of a lawyer.
So you are just wittingly telling ObiDient to stay close to their...
To stay tuned.
Absolutely. ObiDient, there you have it. Our own community lawyer has assured you that it's going to be even more fun when we begin to cross-examine the opposition.
Like I've explained, we are going to close our petition within the next 2, 3, 4 days. It will be the turn of INEC to tell Nigerians how they came about the result they announced. And they will do so within a period of time. And within that period of time, they are expected to do so through witnesses and documents. Then we'll have the time to do what we need to do to find out. Because if you tell one lie, you will need 10 more to sustain that one lie. We shall see. It will be the Battle of Zama as soon as that one opens. And when they finish, the legal team of the president and the vice will tell us how they arrived where they are today. And when they close, APC will tell us what you go, quo warranto, why did you say that you are a winner? And everybody will see. In the end, their lordships will have to put all this together and give us what I believe will be a locus classicus in the history of election petitions in the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Inshallah. That's good. Thank you so much, as usual, sir. You're always a breath of fresh air in between each of these court sessions. We appreciate your time and we look forward to more of these briefs. Fellow ObiDient, thank you so much for staying tuned to Njenje Media TV.
Thank you.
As usual, tomorrow we'll come back to you with the weekly brief that will summarize everything that happened during the week. Please stay tuned and don't forget to get your popcorn and your soda, because from here onwards, The whole thing promises to be more interesting than a big screen movie. I'm yours truly, Jamila M. Umar, signing off for the day. Do have a good evening. Thank you.